I love minigames, and this one is no exception. Based on Gal's Panic, an arcade game from the 90s/2000s, it's pretty fun, can also be difficult for some people, so you have to get 90% on some of these stages to unlock the artworks, and these artworks you can all see in your journal, so you can use them on your profile card or in your lobby. There's also some reputation missions over here, which I'm not sure if the 90%, you do have to get 90% for some of these emotes. It's just a reforged chest, so if you miss this, it doesn't matter, but you definitely want the emotes. So we'll go over the general mechanics for how the game itself works for anybody not familiar. Also, there's 3 different bosses here. I don't think every single character is going to have a different boss, just because that would be a lot of work on Smilegate's end. But I think at least it'll like just have 1, 2, 3, like it'll keep on using the 3 bosses and move down maybe. If there are literally different bosses for every single character, then I'll go over those later. But for now, let's go over the general mechanics and then talk about the mechanics of all 3 bosses. You do start off on normal mode, and we are on hard mode right now. Hard mode just has a bit extra mechanics from what I noticed, so we'll take a look, and I'll mention which stuff only applies to hard mode. So at the very start, you have to pick either high or low. This one you pick based on how the background is. I like to keep an empty open space, so I'm going to try and start high. And this is RNG, it doesn't matter, just pick any spot. First things first, you have a 200-second timer here. This little bar here is tracking the progress of how much of the character you've unlocked. If you unlock this background space, it doesn't care. It won't move the bar. Nobody cares about the background. We're here for the characters. You have 3 lives. Getting hit will cost you a life. The bosses have different attacks. This one of its special moves is reverse. I call that break time because I don't do reverse controls. My mind just does not work for that. So I just take a break. You also see a little Mort flying around. He is something that he moves you to a different background. And you can see a little Mort thing here. A little more in the background. This is kind of a troll background. And one thing with this is you have to be a little bit careful, because if you've unlocked a lot of the background already and you swap to Mort, it'll change where the character is. If that passes over to 80%, it will end the stage. So do watch out for that. To swap back, you're going to have to touch this thing here. I should also, of course, talk about controls. If you're playing on your phone, you'll see like a little joystick and a button to press. When you press the button, which on PC client is space, that is what lets you move out of this box. You can see I'm perfectly hugging the box. That's when you're not pressing or holding down space. If you press it, then you can move out, and that's how you start drawing. When you're drawing, you are vulnerable. You yourself are vulnerable, but also your line. If the boss touches this yellow line, it will cost you a life. And then if you connect it back to the board, then you will unlock more of the character. And of course, those attacks you have to watch out for. You are safe from most attacks when you are on the thing. Reverse, we're not doing that, it's break time. Reverse is unique to this boss. And this is another one of its special moves. I'm not sure if this is hard only, but it swaps into a bunch of small things, starts flying around, and then it regathers at a different location. So there's also power-ups here. You can see the sword plus the little thing. I think power-ups are actually really important. You definitely want speed. It makes you move faster, less likely to get hit by the boss. Every single boss has one of the same move, which is the ramming attack, and it loves spamming the ramming attack. The boss attacks really, really frequently, so you're going to have to constantly be on the lookout for those attacks. And then one other general mechanic is when you capture a large portion of the character, I think it's roughly like 5%, you do a little bit of damage to the boss, so you can use that to help whittle down the boss's size. More of a normal mode thing. In hard mode, the boss tends to regenerate for some of them. So that should be enough for the general mechanics. There's more power-ups here, like protection protects you for like one attack, temporary shield. There's stuff that can stop the boss where it is and stuff. But let's try and do an actual play of this one now. So one of the strats I like to do for unlocking the 90% is trapping the boss in an area. You're going to want to be careful. So when he's attacking, like while he's attacking, if it's one of the ones that freezes him, you have a bit of time to move. Otherwise, be very careful because this boss is hyper aggressive, like I mentioned. They love to attack you over and over again. So you're going to want to be careful about that. If possible, try and trap the boss in an area. This top area with a lot of dead space is nice to work with. I usually just start moving out a little bit on the outside. You see that little hand there? That is what... It's a stop. It makes the boss stop moving, pretty much. We're going to see if we can get that anytime soon. Ooh. If you let go of space, you'll snap back. So that is always very helpful. Let's see if we can do this in time. So that is one of the fast ways to end it. We got a very lucky setup there. You can freeze the boss and then just draw a circle around it. And that gets us our 90%. Let's do it again so we can not cheese out the boss so easily. Okay, so let's try that again without just hard cheesing him. I should have picked somewhere slightly higher up, but it's fine. We can work with it. I'm just going to work around the outside and focus on getting important space. Like, it's a little bit too much. Focus on getting important space more than, like, quantity. I personally prefer just going along the outsides. Your center area doesn't matter too much. I just want the boss, like, somewhat trapped along the outside if I can. I usually trap him near the top, but we can work with this. Great, so now he's kind of trapped, and from here you can kind of just end it. I'm going to... I'm going to do this, and I'm actually... Okay, well, he did reverse. I might as well talk about his mechanics during this. He has a couple of mechanics unique to him. One is reverse, which is where I take a break. He has this ball attack, which is standard. He'll pretty much throw it straight at you, and it doesn't go through the thing, but it will, like, if you're on the other side, it will go through it to hit you, but it doesn't pierce the thing entirely. Some other bosses have, like, full piercing attacks. Oops, I hit more. So here, I'm just going to... Well, for one, we should go find the way to swap back. You will want to do this once to unlock the more encrosive background. But besides that, generally try to avoid it. I'm just going to end it from here because he's trapped in there. And you've seen the little splitting ball attack. The splitting ball attack, when he regroups, he can reappear just fully outside of whatever area he's trapped in. It doesn't matter where the balls are. Like, he can reappear literally anywhere here. It's kind of annoying. When he's small also, you can freeze this too and just, like, you know, fill out the rest of the map. But once you have him trapped in a corner, you can just fill out the other area, and you'll pretty easily get 90% as long as you don't take too long. So that is it for that one. Let's try Rowana now. So again for Rowana, this one you don't have too much space to work with. Slightly different boss this time. So the Hurricane has this really annoying, like, water attack where the water fills up, and all you have to do is really move up, and the Hurricane will reappear somewhere random. You can see those attacks are the piercing attacks I was talking about. It goes straight through. When you hit the bosses, they go smaller. They do tend to regenerate sometimes, which can be kind of annoying. So we got a little freeze there. We're going to try to make our way towards it. See if... I like having a path near it, just so you can try and draw a circle around the boss if it comes near you. So we can try and... Okay, I walked into it, but that would have gotten us our clear. Whatever, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. Kill. Be very careful about, like, moving out, especially if the boss is near you, because sometimes it just runs at you. And then besides the laser and the tidal wave, he also has another unique mechanic, which it's actually probably better I didn't cheese him out there, because we want to try and see what that mechanic is. One thing about the wave is, while the wave is going on, you have a bit of time to, like, draw, which is kind of nice. But he does, like, reappear like literally anywhere, which can be kind of annoying. That's a little bit close. So let's fill out some more area, because I want him to use his extra move on me. Don't hit me, Crozet. Don't do it. So I'm hoping that he gets pressured enough to do it now. There it is. Okay, I hit him. Oops. We're gonna wait again. If you hit the boss, it will cancel whatever attack they're doing, which is kind of useful. So we're gonna chill a bit and hopefully he does his attack and I don't have to come back in here. Oh, this is another one of his attacks. If you walk into the balls go along the line. If you walk into it, it will hit you. You can kind of try to run from it and then like dangle on the outside. It won't follow you up the yellow line. That's the other special attack. It is a laser beam that just goes through the background and also breaks everything. Very annoying. And at this point, we can kind of just finish it because he is... Okay, well, he's doing it again. I'm just trying to trap him in this upper area. Also, while he's firing his laser, decent time to, like, get some walking in. Here he's doing the ball attack. I'm just gonna chill out here. Oh, I think I got hit by the laser. Whatever. You can see that one is mostly fine. You trap them in the area. Make sure to use the time with the water. Use the water time to draw. Sometimes you can set it up so that you're like... When the water shows up, you just kind of go... You just draw and cover a large area while he's not there. But that one is pretty simple, I think. Let's leave. Confirm. The last one is Aria. So we have, I guess, wind, water, and now this one is the sun. This one has basically no area to work with. And so sometimes like this, you start up pretty high. This one does have piercing lasers. You start up super high. A little bit annoying, because now the boss can't approach you from the top when you want to trap it. It has to be from the side. But we're going to keep on carving out our area. One of his attacks there is he shoots at the two little suns that kind of bounce around. Let's see if we can trap him here, hopefully. Unlucky, he kind of just popped out there. Well, we are going to hope that he walks back in. We're just going to keep on doing that. You'll notice here, like, you really want your builds to be clean. You don't want to, like, have too many random edges popping out. Just because sometimes you can end up in a situation where you're trying to run from something and you get like stuck on an edge and you just die for fun. This guy is also just spam attacking us. I'm going to hit Mort just to get this over with. Let's also try and cover some more area, get a quick hit on him. Getting hits in are always nice just to reduce their size a little bit. Yeah, I'll try to finish the line before that laser hit me. So we did get a stop there, so we can try to kind of cheese it out, but where's the fun in that? You can somewhat bait its movement, because it does tend to try and tackle, like, all the bosses tend to try and tackle you a lot. So you can try to, like, get them into specific areas. But I think this guy's popping out again. We might just end up cheesing him. Anyways, if you literally get, like, the time stop near the boss and you don't run into it like a idiot like I did earlier, then generally that's going to be enough to kill the boss. Reducing its size does help a little bit. There is its special move. It is the same as the The water one, which is just a laser that just kind of runs through everything. To take the time to draw around it. And just like that, we also got a 90% there. So generally, pretty simple. I think just try, and the easy way to do it is just hope that you manage to get a stop near the boss and then you can draw a quick circle around it. Otherwise, just trap it in an area. And some of them have, like, you can take advantage of their special attacks a little bit, like the water one here. Also, when they're firing, water and sun, when they're firing their lasers, they can't move. So just don't walk into the laser, but you can draw behind them and stuff. So hopefully that helps you guys get your 90% clears, and you'll be able to unlock all the portraits. We'll see what happens for the upcoming ones.